Hey guys. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of waiting for this. I've been waiting for a year at least. So it's buried. Here it is. And before we get to what I plan on doing, we're gonna go over this a little bit, and we'll talk about this and what we're gonna do in this video. So after the intro, we'll be right back. All right, so welcome back. All right, so this is the bushcraft knife that I designed, and set this down here. I'll bring it up here closer to you. All right, so what we got here is a 5mm thick. It's not going to focus on the knife very well. Dirt, dust. Anyway, 5mm thick, scanty grind. Very, very beefy blade. I can get this camera to focus. BHK, Battle Horse Knives. You can see Wolf's Den. So, yeah, it's not fancy schmancy. I'm not a fancy schmancy guy. This knife is kind of expensive though. Okay, so some of my design ideas for it were right here, the back. If I can get this, I can hang on to it and get it to focus. You see right here, it's all nice and rounded off, so it gives you some nice comfort. The hump here isn't as big as I originally wanted it, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But it allows you to get a nice purchase up there for when you're trying to, really bear down on it. It's rounded all the way over, so it's not going to cut into your thumb. The spine here is at a full 90, so we can use it for ferro rods, scraping down branches to get some more dust. It's heavy, it's thick, it's not balanced, it's not designed to be thrown. It's designed to function. And I think it'll do a fairly decent job. In polishing it, I did notice there's some imperfections in the steel, but I don't think they're actually going to harm the performance any. It's a nice thing about when you polish steel, you can see imperfections are pretty easy. But overall, I think she'll do just fine. So that, and I wanted these bolts, but they're pinned because kind of thin for my hands. But another thing I wanted was this back here being flat. So if I find some wild edibles and I need to crush them, it's easier to sit there and go like this than with something that's rounded and I'm not getting a whole lot of pressure on it. I can sit there and pound on it, crush it up pretty good. But I think she'll function just fine. So that being said, what we're going to do when we go outside is, the scenario is you're out hiking, excuse me, and for whatever reason you've lost your backpack, be it carelessness, somebody stole it, whatever. The reason is irrelevant. The problem is you no longer have your backpack with all your normal supplies. The only thing you have with you is what you carried on your belt. Now, not everybody's going to carry what I'm going to show you on their belt. I would, because it's just me. I like having a redundancy. 3 extra pounds of weight, of course this being almost 2 of it, could be a problem, but not for me. So what we've got also, excuse me, is this stuff. And I have my shovel. It also has, from Purifier Tactical, the Survival kit. There is stuff inside the handle. It's a surprise, sort of. And then I got my little Pathfinder series canteen cup. And it's a little pot and or stove and top and everything. But and I got some stuff in here. So what I'm going to do is when we get outside is we're going to take, and I probably won't do a whole lot of talking. I might do some voiceover. But I'm going to act just like, that's all I've got is those 3 items and what's with them. To make a shelter, make a fire, boil some water so I got something to drink. Because, I lost my backpack and everything else that's in it. There's a few minor things that I would, that are in it. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get suited up. Alright, well, didn't get to do everything I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I added some paracord to this one, a lot, like 10 feet. It's not the prettiest, but at least not, you know, I have paracord with me at all times. Yeah, it started to rain out there. I couldn't use my good camera. Didn't want it getting ruined. It's not waterproof, which is the one I'm using right now. So I had to use the one that's waterproof. Video on that's not the greatest, and the sound is. So after checking the footage of what I had done, I decided not to go ahead and build the shelter. But you see me build a fire, harvest a little bit of wood, and boil some water. So that part I did do. And there's some gratuitous chopping footage of the knife in there. And I gotta clean everything because I put it in here dirty. Yuck. Gotta clean this out now too. But as far as this goes, I think it did all right. Yeah, I wish they would have bolted these like I asked instead of pinned them, because then I could get something a little bit thicker. Because my hands with me losing my strength in them over time makes it kind of hard to hang on to it. But it is what it is. You can wrap it with something. I'll figure something out for it. And the hump here is just not quite as big as I'd hoped, but again, I can work with it. As you can see, it works quite well. It's heavy enough to do chopping. Still nice and sharp. Even though toward the end there where you see me scraping, that was hardwood. Beat the daylights out of it, chopped, stabbed it. Tip's still there. Of course, as big as that is, it's not going anywhere easily. But overall, BHK Battle Horse Knives did a nice job in getting this built for me. I can't complain. I could, but would anybody listen? No, I didn't think so. So overall, that's the knife. They do have the file still in file, whatever. If you wanted one made, they can copy it. I will receive nothing out of it if you do. You see me out there scraping. I did a little bit of feather sticking, although I didn't focus really in on it too well. I was able to feather stick it with a Scandi grind. Chops quite well. Batoning, I didn't do a whole lot on camera, but I did some off camera with some small stuff, and it just chops it better than some axes and hatchets I've seen. The weight for it balance is really good. As heavy as it is, it really lends to the chopping. But with the grab it up like this, you can sit there and you can draw. So overall, I'm pleased. Yeah, you want one? Contact Battle Horse Knives. The link will be down below. They're great people. I'm not going to tell you what this costs because you may want a different steel, you may want different handles, different color, you may want a different grind. All of that stuff's going to change the price, but this is D2 steel. They have other steels. They can do different grinds. They can do modified saber grind, Scandi grind. I think they can do a hollow grind too, which I personally don't care for hollow grinds, but everybody has their preference. So yeah, if you like it, oh sorry, I need to point this business end at you. Hey, you want to hold it? Anyway, contact Battle Horse Knives if you're interested. That's it for the knife. I love it. It'll do well. Now it's time to go clean this poor thing. See you next time.
Hey, this is Dave. Thanks for watching the Den. If you like what you see, hit the little subscribe button that's going to be up here or down there. If you want to know when we release a new video, hit that little bell icon, click receive notifications, and that way you know when we release a new video. Again, thanks for watching the Den. I'm Dave.
I'm Charlie.
Remember, keep them loaded.
Keep it safe.
Peace.